Maybe you do have to stick them out in order to get them a grip. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to take this out, not trying. See that? He's still so loose right there. Because the minute we brought him in there, he gave us a loose. So we might have to actually stick that little lip out in order to really get him to bite. So he has nothing to bite, unfortunately, because the lip is still in there, which is fine, because we're not prepared yet to put him in. I would like to find a, well, wait till the other one comes in, we'll start taking all this off and work the rear. For right now, we got quite a few other things to work on. We got to get our front handlebar re-secured and mounted. Alright. And then we got to get the right thread for this guy here. Afraid if I leave him on there right now, he's just going to fall loose. So we'll leave this guy here for right now, and we'll put his counterpart. It's beautiful though. Yeah, well, I guess you have to maybe pull out that little aluminum washer or something to make it happen there. Alright, so we'll leave the rest of him for right now in his little packet here, and hopefully we can find that other chrome bolt one, exchange it for just a regular chrome washer. Will probably work with this guy just best. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully it'll appear as we go. That's how the way it goes. And then we'll also take it to Lowe's and find out what Allen socket needs to drive this guy, because none of these guys work on him. He might take maybe not a hex, but maybe, I don't know, another kind of standard, perhaps Allen. I didn't think there was two different kinds, but now I know. Okay, so that one's done. We'll use this light here to showcase the underneath bolt, but let's go ahead and check out what we're gonna go ahead and get ready to, what do you call that, prepped up to paint. This is the paint we're going to be using, Fusion Cred 1. So let's go and move these guys out of the way. We're going to get some shop rags in there. I think we might want to take this guy for a sanding as well, so we'll see. So here we go. These are all these guys here. We're going to go ahead and set up for painting. We're going to get them in the box. I washed them already. I dried them already, as you could see on the last video. So now all that's left to do is I'm going to transfer them back into the box, because I stored it here for safety overnight, just to make sure no one kicks it or get crushed. This is more of an open box. We're going to need some good paper to pretty much paint. So let's take this guy back off for a second. We're going to need some of this scrap paper here. Works perfect. Okay, we might need some duct tape. So let's get that ready. Or masking tape, really. There we go. Gotta get the orange one out of the loop. Put this guy one back in. Okay, I think we'll need our paint, of course. And we'll need the plastic parts that we're considering. I think we will probably try to hit this guy. Let's see how it looks first before we go like with black paint. This is how it looks right now. You can see here, so far, if we do put a black paint on him, he's gonna look like this gray here. He's not gonna look like gray anymore. He's gonna look like this, well, not really. It's gonna be this glossy, but he will be black. So should we go for him? Give him a glossy black or leave him the way it is? I think the choice will probably be to leave him the way he is, his natural sort of gray, because it matches all this guy here. We'll just oil him up, and I think we'll be able to get all this little nasty white, you know, gunk off of him. It doesn't even look like it's holding. Look at that, it's not even holding. Yeah, that didn't do any good at all. So there you go. That was useless. Super glue is useless on certain plastic that are oil based. You have to have a special, there's special super glue that are made for plastic, and they can tolerate a little bit more, but you can see him, look, he's already coming apart. So all that prep thing was did for nothing. So we just got gunk in the back for no reason at all. So that was a waste of time. Proxy would have done this guy good, so we'll get back on Proxy and get him fixed up with some Proxy glue instead. Okay, so he needs to be fixed back before he and go back on here. We'll probably have to resand them a little bit, just scrape off some of the old dead super glue. All right, so this guys need to be painted. So pretty much all this right here we're gonna take forward. Actually, no, we just need the basics here. You can see how much we improved in cleaning it. All right. We'll Put this guy back. So there we go. This one's smooth. Very smooth surface. Very smooth. Even though it doesn't look like this thing, you can feel it, but if you close your eyes, you can't feel nothing other than just smooth. You can feel the different texture, of course, than what this guy has. He has like a nice glaze to him. But this one doesn't. You can feel like it's kind of raw. Kind of sanded, matted, man. So this one's smooth. I'm rubbing it. Making sure I don't feel too much bumps. And then this guy here. So these guys are ready to go. So hopefully tolerance on those guys will be good. So this one's going to be hit with the spray. See what else we're deciding. We're keeping this guy here. He doesn't need to be hit with the spray. This one here looks like it's ready. It's been sanded, smooth. So we're going to hit him with the spray. Just prepare him there. This guy is also ready. We are going to hit him with the spray. Not really sure about the bolts, but we'll hit it with the spray. Hopefully it doesn't thicken on us. Have a problem with screwing or anything like that. Now the handlebars here, I guess these are like touch-up parts. So we might use these guys, maybe, you know, just dab a little touch-up paint. We'll see how we're going to dabble it too, by the way. I might use saran wrap or something like I talked about. So these guys here, he's good. We're probably not going to really paint them because I don't want to cover the printed white lettering or symbols. So, and they're fine. They're just plastic. Oh, by the way, if I didn't show you how I did this one, I'm not sure. I lost the video to it, but what I did was I injected all with super glue all around. I took it all out first, the silver part, the aluminum threading. I took it out, or metal, whatever that is. It's soft still. I took it out of this little plastic housing, and when I did that, it kind of cracked this open a little bit because I had to force it out. I threaded it with the bolts, and then I kind of yanked it out, fished it out like this here. So yeah, I did it. I'm not sure why. I guess I lost the video recording on that. It would have been great. So here we go. So what I did was, I got this here. Okay, so what I did was I put the thread in, right? Because I had to dig it in. I took it all the way in as much as I can. While you guys saw me, I think I bolted in to show you how it's still okay. So there it goes. It went into about maybe a good 2 centimeters, or maybe a centimeter, and then what I did was I just took my hand or plier, helped me, just kind of worked it forcefully, and then it just cracked open, and so I was able to get that little, you know, silver one out of the other one too that wasn't really sticking. And then I injected it all with super glue. You know, I just pretty much put this guy here, the Gorilla Glue again. I injected him in there. I took my plier. See if I had that needle nose clamp. Okay, so here we go. So what I did was I got some, it was a, I guess, where is it? The needle nose clamp. Maybe it fell through the cracks. Got so many tools here. There we go. Always does fall somewhere. Maybe I'll find even my little aluminum lug nut here, right? Maybe. I looked through everywhere. I spent half an hour off camera and I still couldn't find it. Couldn't believe it. Normally I have a great showcase to tell you, oh, this is where I found it at, but nope, not this time. It just vanished and went to bolt heaven or something. And so what I did was I used this, you know, to kind of wiggle it out. And after I wiggled it out, it busted this open in half, sort of. It split the plastic. See there, you can see the split line? Because that's the only way, because it has little ridges on these little the aluminum thread housing. It has a little rigid. Let's see how far this actually went. I'll use the washer as the indicator, see how far it actually drove. Okay, so the washer is laying right there. I'm going to unbolt it back. Let's see where the washer still remains. Let's see how far it really digged in. Hopefully the washer's not turning with it. Defeat the whole point of trying to show you. Okay, so that's looked like this is about a centimeter, or maybe 2 centimeters now. Yeah, so I went to about 2 centimeters deep in there, which is the perfect enough length. You can see here where it would have gone. There we go, and I just kind of forced it out through that way, holding the thread, kind of jiggling it. Now, when I did super glue it, I took the super glue after this has already been out, and this side was still on the thread. This was actually on the bolt. The silver one was actually on the bolt here, right? It came with the bolt. So I had this already open. All I had was just plastic housing that was cracked. I injected with super glue entirely inside of it, sort of, not flooded with super glue or anything. Just try to get into the walls a little bit, or even coat it right here in the very front. And then when I shoved it back in with the thread, I pound on it until it flushes flat again. And then what I did after that is, because these things were split open, right? I didn't want the plastic to not have a way to bond itself, and I had to hold it, so I put a little cloth here because I didn't want any, you know, sort of what you call that, teeth marks from my needle nose plier. And then what I did was I put pressure on this guy, or I actually went inside it with this one. I put pressure like this way. And so when I clamped it down overnight, you know, it helped a little bit, you know, help reinforce this until the super glue actually bonded it. And that was it. That's all I did for this guy here. And I did the same thing for the other one, but since I only had one needle nose clamp, I used this guy here. And I'm not sure why, but I maybe lost the video to show you guys. I used this guy here to clamp the other one. And the other one was the same situation. I'll bring it out here and show you. In his situation here, what I did with him was, he's probably the same. He might be the, oh, he's the one that actually got the vice grip. So you can see here the vice grip marks. See how it looks like? So with this guy here, he was split open like this way. And what I did was I kind of used this one and clamped it down. And that's how I got this one done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is put this guy. I'm going to put super glue in here. There we go. There we go. I'm going to show you just a second here. Okay, so with this one here, what I used was this one. I put this one right here, and I was able to salvage him right here, like this. So after I put super glue and shoved him in the same way, I actually had to take a mallet hammer a little bit. I'd use this as well. And then what I did was I forced this part right here to go in for and drive that little lug nut back in there, that little screw thread, the silver one, back into this plastic housing. And that was it. That's all I did. And then I guess we had to pick it out a little bit because super glue was getting in on the other side. It was blocking this from not going all the way. But you can see here, this should go all the way in. I just lost the washer to that guy. We'll give him a new washer, no problem. But he just kind of bounced off of this and fell off. That's what happens when you have so much loose parts, huh? Okay, so let me put this guy back in his socket. We'll get a washer for him as soon as we need to use him. Alright, so we got this one here in there like this. And now we're going to go ahead and get started on prepping these guys up to go for a paint job. I'm thinking of getting this guy scraped too, sand down. That way we can prepare him as well. I mean, or we can just kind of rough him up a little bit. Maybe just give him a good dry scrub. Give him a good little quickie. Let's see what else we're getting to paint. Okay, we need to paint this guy as well. Now he's ready to go. I'm just feeling them out to make sure they're ready to go and smooth. Now you can see here, this is where we're going to probably have to resand it anyway. So we might put tape to not get paint here, because we probably want this guy to stick to our JB weld. So we might not actually want to maybe put a little tape in this area, just like we will do with the handlebars too, by the way. I think with the handlebars, we're going to paint it, but we're going to put the areas where it needs to be kind of, you know, showing exposed metal, because we want the JB weld to stick more. When we, you know, do another light sand on it, we'll go ahead and put the little masking tape here, and then we'll just cover this guy up. I mean, we'll go ahead and give him a thorough paint job here as well, and so forth. We might have to rub paint it. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll figure it out. Oh, there it is. See, I told you, it always comes to play. I just kicked the washer. You can't tell because everything's black on black, you know. So dirt kind of staying on there. So let me put him back. One less thing to go look for, right? See, things will come into play. I've been stressed about them, even though it annoys me a little bit to know that I just lost that chrome bolts there. I know I had it last because I just showed you guys on the last video. So it's not like I knew that, you know, I haven't took that back to the shop yet. And these guys here, we'll do the same thing. We'll hit them with spray paint as well. So all this is ready to go outside, and we're going to go ahead and take care of it. This guy doesn't really have to do much, really, to be honest with you. He doesn't look like he has such an issue. But let's go ahead and get these guys prepped out there. I can't wait to get them painted and move forward here. Let's go ahead and get the little I think we have a little bit left. I want to go ahead and see about getting the fine grit sandpaper. We're doing a little touch-up paint only. See if I can find a little piece of this guy here. Alright, so it's there to go, 600 grit paper. Put that in there. We're going to paint outside, so we probably want to take it outside and do this. The grass is wet, so but we want to get into a nice clean surface to do this with. Let's see here. Won't be too shabby. You put it here. Okay, so we're going to do is sand it first. We're going to sand a little bit of this guy's top in. That way we'll prepare him right now. And this guy here needs to be fixed as well. So we'll come with the epoxy on this guy as well. We'll come from the back. And I don't think we need to sand him really much. I don't think the epoxy got in and did anything for us. But just in case, let's bring him out to prepare him for sanding as well. Oh, here's a little broken piece. Alright, so let's do this. We'll bring him out as well. We might not be able to paint him right, but we'll at least get him prepped up for sanding. Okay, so when I'm sanding it, I try to get away from my clean area. Definitely don't want to re-pollute your surface that you just spent cleaning. So let me put this guy behind me. So no chance of things flying around him. Alright, why am I using the smaller? Well, I could use the small one, but it's not really going to take the grit off. So let me go and use the 150. What I'm going to do is just make sure the surface is prepared for super glue. I mean, not prepared for super glue. That's what made us have to redo this again. Prepare for the epoxy plastic. Okay, so I'm flexing him, bending him sort of. Now I can do it this way, that way I get both at the same time. Both sides, I mean. Yeah, this is nasty stuff. Kind of blow on it a little bit. You see that it gets stuck already, little pieces of paper. It's gripping the sandpaper, and that's not what I want. Don't want to snap it too much. I do need to get into you, but I need you to cooperate with me. All right, there we go. Got this much as we can. Let's go and work this side now. There we go. You see there, cracks open there for us. Not too bad. Yeah, I want to scrape all that nasty super glue that didn't do us any good, but just left the stain there, you know? So I think he's good now. Kind of rinse him off with some water first before we start. Okay, so he's good to go. Let's work on the next guy here. Let's see what the next guy has issue with. This one right here. Okay, we're gonna take a finer grit sandpaper here. I think this is like super fine here. Right there, this guy right here. I'm not sure if it's 1,000 or what. Let's see if I can find out. Oh wow, it's 1,500. Okay, let's do this 1,500 one. See what it can do for us. Again, we're just gonna retouch up on these guys. Let's see. Look at that. 1,500 won't even do that much damage to it yet, but it still will buff it out. So you can get that little smudge look. What we're doing is just scraping off old paint. that is eventually going to come off, so we can prepare the area there. And again, this is going to be we're going to be poking 2 holes in it somewhere along the line here anyway, but we still want a nice clean paint job, right? Okay, this is probably covered up areas, but still not a bad thing to just go ahead and prepare it. Okay, this is again 1500. See here, just kind of lightly smudging it. These guys we can get new. Hopefully this gloss black matches exactly, or else I just kind of scrap up my thing for nothing. Alright, there you go. See here, you can almost see the sky if it's done right. Alright, so let's check this one out. This one's inside, doesn't really matter, it's just these guys here. Alright, so let's get these guys kind of washed up. By the time they dry, they'll be ready to be prepped up for their epoxy and so forth. Grass is still wet. Oh, it almost squirted forward me. Nothing like water, it can get through anything. There we go. Nice and clean. Last guy here. Alright, there we go. Let the water close them back up. Oh. Same way, I guess, righty closing. Alright, so we got this water here. We got this guy standing here for a second. Just leave him out here for a second. I can rinse him off later. Let's go get started prepping our paint area here to be painted. Alright, so got a few things here. We're going to actually plan out how we're going to get these guys back in. I think when their parts are dried out. So let's see here. Gonna lay them out. A lot of people hang these up and they try to paint it that way. I think that's a pretty smart idea too. Let's see if we can figure something out like that maybe. But that's like spraying it on the vertical position. The tree here doesn't act like a bad hanger, right? I think when they do spray like that, they probably wanted to make sure that it doesn't, what do you call that? It doesn't touch none of the other paint surfaces. But in our situation, it's okay. I mean, it's mainly there is open back area for it to flood back on. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just use this guy here. Just lay them all on here and just do it one time. Have a little picnic here going on. The sun's coming out, so it's kind of nice. Okay, get a few more we need to. I think this should be good enough. We'll lay this guy here. We'll get ready to lay these guys in a second here. We want to cover the mirror area. We want to make sure that no paint gets into the mirror. If they are, we can scrape it off, so it's not a big problem because they're black anyway. maybe we can put it this way or something like that. Get the mirror covered. Get this guy ready. See what else. Want to make sure we tilt this in a way where it's covering the mirror port, sort of. It might ricochet. Might probably. Here we go. Alright, put this guy up here. You know what? We might as well dry the other one too, get that one guy ready. These guys, we're not going to do anything with these guys, so they're good to go. I'll probably put this one back. This one's a touch-up kind of deal. Might want to touch him up on that one. Put this one back. And let's get some shop rags to dry those components out. That way we can paint it all together. Wow, she's got some stuff. Alright, let's bring this guy here because we need to prep him ready to go. Ooh, it's gonna rain. Hopefully it's not gonna rain. The sun looks like it's breaking through. Nice, beautiful day. If it starts pouring, we're in trouble. Alright. Just gonna get this guy dried out. And he didn't even have a chance to even dry himself out. We're gonna have to force dry him out. Want to make sure you get every bit of water. Let me shake him off a little bit. See that? Zenon always have their little logo, but you can't order the parts. It'd be great. I would love to order just the parts, the plastic. You have to buy a whole new scooter and then maybe use that one as a parts bin or something. They're quite a bit. I think they're around 1,500 retail still, at least minimum, if you can find one used. And I think that they're upwards of 2,500 brand new. And that's with just the basic 150 and all the basic cheap Chinese stuff on there. I probably wouldn't want to go that route again. All the parts that we upgrade alone with at least retail value at over 1,500 bucks. That's not including a big bore kit or anything. There we go. It's almost dried out. Look at that. That's 1,000 grit sand for paper for you. You can almost use it for buffering, but I wouldn't recommend it. It still can eat up, especially if you have thin layers. It might help you buffer the coating if you have a clear coating. What that is they put an extra layer of thick clear coating where you can buff out. But if you only have one layer of paint like I did, when you do it like this, there's no other protection. You pretty much have to repaint it now. Alright, so these guys are almost ready. There's our spray can there. He's not even with us yet. What we gotta do is do a test spray first in the area. Just get all the spits out first before we start. There we go. All our components here we're about to hit. We are about to hit them. And then the ones that we're deciding, we're going to do a test spray first in the area. Just get it all out. It's like a call of the wolves The black one likes to howl, but the brown one doesn't. He's just yawning. Like, why are you howling for? See that right there? All right, here we go. Oh, now he's howling. Now he's joining the pack. He's joining the wolf pack. I guess dogs are ancestries of wolves or something. They're just doing what they're... There you go. Oh, look at that. He's squeezing and it breaks already. Good safety can. All right, guy. All right. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do a little light test spray on this guy here. And we could probably use him as a dabber too, by the way. Let's see. Shake him up really well. There we go. So this right here you can use as a dabber. Like for instance, remember the handlebar here that we said we're gonna touch? Might be a good time to go ahead and, oh look at that, I just got a little bit on my finger already. You guys can't see it. See how the color matches or not matches. New. Not sure it's actually getting on there. It's got it on my finger though. Alright, let's see. I don't want to touch the strata though. Using it as a dabber here. Little scrape area. Not bad. Didn't cover all the way. Now it's supposed to be a primer. Dries up pretty quickly. I don't like the way it feels though. Yeah, this thing looks like it's got not a good feel to this one. Oh, sorry. Not a good feel to these guys. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so this is it. This is the spray here. Oh, we didn't take this guy out yet, huh? The tape, yeah. I want to make sure how this guy did. You remember again, we left him for 24 hours and we wet him after 1 hour. There we go, look at that. Let's unravel this guy and see how he did. See if he improved on his strength or not. Now there's no need to probably paint this area, it's just tape residue. There we go. The sides right here is hardened. We might need to sand it off a little bit just to make sure it fits in the groove. Body with him. Much better than last time when we tried to just use what's left over remaining. So I think it's okay. We can probably flood these guys out. Okay, this one we could probably rub off. These are just tape residue, so there's no harm to the paint. There we go. Make sure there's nothing we have to paint, we'll paint, but if not, then we'll leave it alone. Still wet from the water. Give it a good rub off. I don't want to put paint on these little stickers. If they're going to get some paint, then so be it. Not bad, huh? This I do want to paint, so I want to make sure that's very visible. Alright. Give this a final dust here. Outside's not really the best. You might want to, if you're really trying to do a good paint job, you might want to get yourself into a little closed-up, sealed room of debris. But we're just trying to restore as much as we can. So here we go. Oh, look at that. The grass just flicked over. All right, not bad. Looks like really nice and shiny. Look like acting up on me right now. So I'll wait for it. Okay, let's go back with this guy here. Back, we'll do them now. We'll go like this. You ready? Here we go. I know this is just the bottom part, but kind of like it too to be get even. Not bad. Try filling that area there. Okay. Let's go and see if we can hit this side now. These little two elements. That's the first coat there. Give it another coat back. There we go. I want to get this all the way around the corner. I'll do a 360 on this guy. See how this guy is going to be. The back mirrors as well, so we'll have to trace that one. So let's go and trace the mirrors. We got to get this too, by the way, see that aluminum. So here we go. So this one's a little bit more cleaner. It doesn't even look like it's dripping. I feel like I have a little bit more control with this guy. There we go. Very nice. All right, so this one's almost there. I'm ready for a second coat for this one. Almost there. See that? That little thing there. Can't fill it in, unfortunately. But we have some drip marks now. Gotta be careful with these guys. Try to get my best to get out the drip marks. There we go. Almost covered them up. Oh no. Doing a little too much there. Hopefully the drip marks will be out of the way shortly. Oh boy, there's a piece of, I think a piece of whatever is in here. Squirting it out, but dampen that one area. Help the, you can see it's gone now. But now I'm worried about these drip marks here. Kind of guide them, get them dropped off. Don't want them to harden. Just gonna try and chase them, sort of. All right. See what we got. Okay, now this guy's turn. All right. I think it's looking pretty good. Now we can get these guys probably from this side. Let them fly up. we go. We gotta get that funnel there. Not bad. Hopefully again the mirror stays covered, but we'll see. It's like a metallic a little bit. I don't want to flip it yet until I see where these guys are at. Oh, look at that drip mark there. It's horrible. Sort of thickening it out. That's fine. We can thicken it's fine too. But I just don't want that drip mark to settle. It's still settling. Just no easy way. Now the thicker I put it, the longer it's going to take for it to dry, so that's another concern too we have. Which is fine, we don't plan to touch this after this, so for today anyway. Okay, let's go back for another round of this guy here. Now he's not going to have that gloss like we had before, remember? You can almost see the sky from him. So it's going to have a little, sort of like this kind of gloss, like a gloss black, but not intense gloss black. Alright, so let's see, while we have this open, let's see if we can dab at the areas that we need to dab inside our frame. We'll let these guys do their thing for a second. This is going to be the front area. See if I can pick this up for a second. Try not to really touch it, so going from underneath, just give it a lift. What I can do is try to rob a little piece of this guy here, or dabble him really quickly, so we can make it to the areas that we need to dabble. Alright, so let's scoop him up a little bit. Look how much paint there is left here. Okay, so I got this part enough. It's paper, so it's going to absorb. But I wanted to touch some of these guys here. There we go, got him on there. See, it's getting covered. Not bad. It actually did it. There we go, cover some of the areas that we couldn't get last time. I think some of the here what we had a concern also. Not bad. We got a bit of them there, but we can get some more later on. I think that was probably about it. Yep, there we go. We got a nice dab there, so that's good. There, covered that little marking. Got concerned about. Okay. I think I might overdid it a little bit with the spray. But I think it looks pretty fair. Let's see where else. Again, I'm afraid to flip it yet. Especially this guy's situation here. It's gonna need some time to dry. I still have that little clunk of spray there. And the more I put on it, the more it goes crazy. Let me see if I can try to bleed it in there. No, it can't. So this wasn't looking too bad right here, this part. So you can still see a little bit light at the crack line, unfortunately. But that's just the way it is. If I spray any more, I'm afraid that it might put the watermark back over there. So I'd rather have that little bit slight visibility of the crack line that we shaved off. There we go. Okay, we'll probably start maybe, I'm not sure when we can actually probably touch them in, but I'm just afraid if I start holding them now, they're gonna have a problem. So let's see here. See that? I think this is the only one that we didn't actually, well, I think we got it, but through different, huh? Still kind of wet. Or sticky, you say. Let's see if there we go. I can do this way. That way I can get the bottom here too as well. Because I don't think these guys got a chance to get a little bit on them. Alright. Okay, this guy's same way. Nice. Now they're fully coated now. There we go. So we can flip this guy now. Give them a little bit of coat on the other end. It's pretty simple. There we go. Just in case their sides doesn't get touched. We can make sure of that now. It also helps thicken too, so when we bolt it on, just like adding on a little bit layer of duct tape or electrical tape, this will help thicken also when it smashes. Okay. Everything looks pretty darn good. Okay, let's see if I can lift this guy up here. See there, I got a little debris are coming in, I gotta be careful. That's why I want to bring him in as soon as possible. It's not bad. Yeah, the mirrors didn't get any spray on there, which is good. This guy can use a coat. We were going to tape this up to prevent it, so we're going to have to probably just resand. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they're pretty much almost dry to the touch, you can see. I'm not putting my fingerprints on there, thank goodness. So they dry pretty quick. I'm really impressed. Alright, so let me try. What I'm going to try to do is probably mask the mirror right now. That way avoid me having a scrape. So let's go ahead and mask the mirror. Oh, this is too small. Okay. Gonna need a little bit thicker here and there. Why am I cutting things so small? It's just wasteful. I have to redo it. I guess I don't want to actually have it not cover the areas I don't want it to cover, right? There we go. Make sure you put your fingernail in there in the groove. Make sure it seals the groove area really well. Alright, so that one there was covered. This one's almost going to be covered. One more. There we go. There we go. Just want to protect it. Alright, now we can spray it. See, this guy right here didn't get enough spray either on him. So let's see if we can... Oh, stupid tape. Alright, so... Now we really don't have to spray the inside, but might as well. Alright, that's got enough there. Might as well. The job is complete, right? Even in the thread holes. Alright. I think we got pretty much covered there. Alright. Oh, let's go ahead and get this guy sprayed here as well. Super. Awesome. Let's see about the running marks here. Got a few. Alright, nothing we can do. That's pretty much it. Alright, I guess that was it. And then we can go ahead and maybe I can tape this off and spray paint it, but I just really don't like the idea that this guy should have taped him up a little bit. Maybe I can. Let's see. Let's try it. Tape our strata there. Shouldn't be too hard to paint this guy, right? Done now. Ooh. We're gonna paint this guy. Just trying to cover it so paint don't get all on them. It's getting warmer today now. There we go. Gotta shield it. To shield the other end. I don't know if I will feel good about rubbing this guy after he's been painted, but we're hoping just try hit him with a little bit of that little spray to cover the nicks only. We're not trying to. I'll cover the Strata logo just to make sure. Alright, let's do it. Hold them in a good spot. Oh, there's another Strata here. I almost forgot that one. I got a whole bunch of taped on my fingers so I can use those guys. There we go. No more? Okay. little chizzy area here. There we go. There we go. Let it drip to the strata part. I mean, strip to the bottom part. You can see here the aluminum. Covered it just slightly a little bit for us, but not much. Let's take one more pass to it. There we go. That should be plenty there. All right, let it drip. Let it drip downward. Might as well get it all the way around 360. Make it even a little bit. Not sure I like the way it feels though. Alright, so we got that one sort of squared away. Hopefully there's no drip marks. Hopefully it's smooth to the touch after it's dried. Looks like it matches. Doesn't look too bad. It's right here in this area. Kind of even up the whole 360 effect. Yeah, it looks like it matches. Alright, so we're almost about to ready to put this back in the case here. This is where we'll be leaving it for the remaining day. Let's go and put a clean sheet underneath this. Okay, let's do with the first one here. This guy, actually, you know what? We could probably do the smaller items. They're probably ready. You feel them, they're sticky. I would lay low and grabbing them. No, look at that. Let's see if I can, sort of. I'm smearing it. Oh, sorry. It's dry, but it's not bad. So we gotta bring them in though. See this guy here? Look at that. That's from overspray there. Nothing we could do. Maybe I could smear it off a little bit. Yeah, I'm sort of smearing it off a little bit. Ew, this one's way too much. Yeah, it's not the best, but beats having that Sprite watermark, that's for sure. This guy too, but I'm afraid to touch him right now. Alright, so there we go. This one's not bad. The bolts here is fully covered too. Little Sprite watermark here. I'm not sure if I can fix it like with my finger or anything like that. Probably best to leave it there and then maybe sand it off with a 2000 grit or something. I don't know. But it might leave that foaminess to it too. But we did it. Let's see here. I don't want to press against each other's paint. So try to keep them apart. Try to hold them away where if you do touch it, won't affect it too bad. Again, only because I did quite a few coats on them, that's why. see how we're gonna pick this guy up. I'll try to pick him up by his teeth. Literally by his teeth. It's not too bad. All right. There we go. Now this guy here. Well, he's better than what he was before, right? He was a mess. Cracked and all. All right, then the next one. This guy's almost semi-what, dried already. All right, there we go. These are all our parts here. Now we're gonna go and put them inside. This is still wet. So what I'm gonna do is try to use a clean cover. Or actually, you know what? We gotta get them in. We can cover them with a scooter cover or something. All right, let's go bring them in. I'll get this back cleaned up a little bit later. So that's it for today. We're gonna set these guys out to dry. All inside here. We'll get them covered with the scooter cover in a little bit. Well, I'll actually give some time to make sure that the edges here are dry. I don't want to put the scooter cover and get my scooter cover dirty. So yep, that's it for right now for today. We're going to go ahead and probably take this apart. Hopefully prepare this one. And we're going to see about bolting this guy on there. But in the meantime, before I even mess with this tail end, I'd rather get all this guy prepped, ready to go. That way, we at least section off half the project done before we start the tail end project, which then we'll target